morning and welcome to MSA News. It's 9 a.m. December 21st. I'm Mina and here are the stories we're covering today. Man throws shoes at President Bush during a conference in Baghdad. An enormous vehicle crash in Egypt, killing 57 people. Bad weather delayed the search for the 34 missing passengers of the ferry capsized in Philippines. Zimbabwe blames chemical war for Kara. And finally, Fox is ready to take an advice from a 9-year-old boy. President Bush made a farewell visit to Iraq on Sunday, meeting with the Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki at a press conference in Baghdad. The president got a reminder of the fervent opposition to his policies when a man threw 2 shoes at him. There is still more work to be done, Bush said after meeting with the Iraqi Prime Minister. It was at that point the journalist stood up and threw a shoe from about 20 feet away. Bush ducked and it narrowly missed his head. The second shoe quickly and Bush ducked again while several Iraqis grabbed the man and dragged him to the floor. And the president joked about it later by saying it's a size 10. In Iraqi culture, throwing shoes at someone is a sign of disrespect. Iraqis whacked the statue of the former President Saddam Hussein with their shoes after U.S. Marines dropped it to the ground following the 2003 invasion. Moving to Egypt, where 57 people killed when a bus packed with passengers traveling along narrow road in southern Egypt dived into an irrigation canal on Sunday. Rescuers on small boats searched the canal for passengers and volunteers pulled bodies out of the water. A crane later lifted the bus out of the canal. The accident took place early Sunday at the end of major Muslim holiday when intercity roads are crowded with returning vacationers. Egypt has a history of serious bus and car crashes because of speeding, careless driving, and poor road conditions. At least 8,000 people were killed in accidents in 2006. Disaster has struck the Philippines after a ferry capsized on the high seas. At least 22 people have drowned and 34 more are missing. Officials say the boat was carrying about 100 people at the time of the accident, of which nearly 50 survived. The accident happened at night time. Officials learned about it hours later when survivors swam to shore. This was not the first disaster. Sea accidents are common in the Philippine archipelago because of tropical storms. Last month, a cargo ship sank in rough seas north of Kagan, and passing vessels plucked 16 of 20 people from shark-infested waters. A government official said coastal towns have been informed of gale warnings as Typhoon Dolphin entered Philippine territory. Stay with us for more news after the break. Zimbabwe is currently battling a cholera epidemic that has infected more than 11,000 people since August. The Zimbabwean government accused the West of intentionally starting the country's cholera epidemic, stepping up a war of words with the regime's critics as the humanitarian crisis deepened. The state-run Herald newspaper said comments by the U.S. ambassador that the U.S. had been preparing for the outbreak raised suspicions the West had waged serious biological chemical war. Zimbabwean officials blamed their country's trouble on the West. After the first cholera cases, U.S. and other aid workers braced for the waterborne disease to spread quickly in an economically ravaged country, where the sewage system and medical care have collapsed. Zimbabwe also faces a hunger crisis, the world's highest inflation, and shortages of both the most basic necessities and the cash to buy them. President Robert Mugabe claimed Thursday that his government, with the help of international agencies, had contained the epidemic. That sparked accusation he was out of touch with his people's suffering. Coming up next, Fox signs film contract with a 9-year-old boy. There are literally thousands of books offering dating tips, and today there's a new addition to it. But this one has a twist on it. It's called How to Talk to Girls, and it's filled with advices for boys from 8 to 80 years old. But what makes it notable is its author, Alex Griffin, only 9 years old boy from Colorado, and Fox is ready to take an advice from him. At first, Fox passed on the title, but after the book hit the town, getting heavy interest from multiple parties, Fox stepped back in and took the book off the table. The studio has acquired the film rights to How to Talk to Girls. Griffin wrote the book after he noticed his peers were having troubles talking to the ladies. Among his advices, comb your hair and don't wear sweatpants, control your hyperness, cut down on sugar if necessary, a crush is like a love disease that can drive you mad. It's easy to spot pretty girls because they have big earrings, fancy dresses, and all the jewelry, but they are like cars that need a lot of oil. This was the news for now. Join us at 6 p.m. for more updates. You were with Mina and Mar. Thank you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.